Hello. Hey. Didn't see you there. Jule. It's been, how you doing? It's been forever.
Hi guys.
Hey, look who it is. It's the audience.
Hi guys. That's Jordan. You having trouble speaking? Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Jordan, Jules, and Just Reddit. I'm Jordan, that's Jules, this is Just Reddit, and I'm Jordan, that's Jules, and this is Just Reddit, and welcome back to another episode of Jordan, Jules, and Just Reddit, because I'm Jordan, that's Jules, and this is Just Reddit.
You had caffeine.
Jules, how you doing? I've had no caffeine, just pure water, unless somebody spiked it.
I did. With codeine. Just kidding, that's no good. I am doing well. How are you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing fantastic. I have been yearning to read out loud for the people to hear my beautiful mic. Well, guys, we are here with another Am I the A-Hole week for you. So hopefully this will hold your A-holes over for 1 week holes before we get to another story holes.
That's a lot of holes.
A lot of holes. Well, last week you said you seen a lot of buttholes.
No. Wait, listen.
Yes, we have the clip. The YouTube short has reached 10 million views.
Oh my god. What do we have for them today?
Right now I got a headache.
Reading wise.
But as I just said about 3 minutes ago, we have some more Am I the A-Hole stories.
Oh, I didn't
to
hear
hold
you
your
say that.
A-holes over for another week
Sorry.
holes. And then you said that's a lot of holes.
I got distracted with all the hole talks.
She loves holes.
Oh.
The movie
Really?
with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, I do.
What are you talking about?
I'm so sweet. I'm tired of this, Grandpa!
That's the wrong movie. Anywho.
No, it's not. That is the right movie. Look it up right now. Wait, let's bet on it.
I ain't got no money to bet.
Let me edit the next podcast.
I'm tired of this.
Jules. Me.
You keep thinking.
Where's it from though, Jordan?
Well, excuse me.
Well, excuse me. I don't know. I guess comment down below. Where's the movie from? Who's right?
We know where the movie's from. It's
We'll
from
never
Jules.
know where the movie's from. Anywho, Jules is going to start us off with this amazing story.
Am I the a-hole for wanting to have Christmas with my best friend instead of my wife?
Oh.
Throwaway. So I, 30 male, have a wife, 29 female, 2 children with her, 4 female and 5 female, and a best friend, Jane, 29, fake name. I and my wife were together for 7 years. I and Jane were best friends for 13 years. Back in November, my wife and daughters went to my wife's parents for Thanksgiving. My wife asked me if I wanted to come with her, but I declined since I find my in-laws to be annoying and uninteresting. Damn. Since I was very lonely that evening, I asked Jane if she wanted to have Thanksgiving with me. She accepted. I and Jane made some food, had some wine, played dominoes together. In all, it was a lovely night. This Christmas, I was also thinking of having it with her. She had a rough year, and maybe this could cheer her up, and we both loved the time last time we tried something similar. Yesterday, I told my wife about my plans for tomorrow. Of course, she was absolutely livid, cried a little, and has been giving me the silent treatment all day. Now, I admit it probably sucks for my wife, but she and my daughters can just go to my in-laws for Christmas. Jane was there to be with me when I was lonely back in November, and I want to repay the favor and have the night with her. Am I the a-hole?
Yes.
Edit. Well, today, I listened to your guys' advice. Having Christmas with Jane only would be losing too much and not gaining enough.
Gaining enough. But they just spelled it wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I just apologized to my wife and invited Jane to have Christmas with my wife, daughters, and me. In all, I would say the day was pretty good overall, and my wife had an extra helping hand cook the Christmas dinner. There was a lot of passive-aggressive, though. Technically they said a lot of passive-aggressive, too.
Yeah. A-hole. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. 4 out of 5.
Are you for real? They can just go to the in-laws.
Like, okay. Thanksgiving. That's iffy. That's
Is it? I don't know. I feel like you guys should find some compromise. Like, if you don't like going to your in-laws, maybe 1 year going to your in-laws, or one holiday going into your in-laws. I'm sorry, but if they're not like, I would get it if they were like completely horrible people. But it just sounds like they're regular in-laws.
what happened to his parents.
Maybe they died.
Yeah, I agree with you. Shake it up a little bit. Host it at your house.
Yeah. Or, here's another thing. Be like, honey, I really don't want to go to your parents' house this year. Can we just have it us? Because you guys are a little family. Mm-hmm. Like, that's something that's been arising in my family the past couple of years, is people have been branching off into their own families. That's caused a little bit of friction, honestly. I hope no one's watching this. I'm not going to say anything.
Sorry, all of Jules' family members who are watching.
Nobody's watching.
Clearly,
this.
she hates all of you.
No. I love you guys. I don't care. But I'm just saying that, and it's not like friction, but I just mean that, like, you know, like, once when you were younger, no one had kids or anything, no one was really married into serious relationships, you'd have one big gathering, but now everyone's branching off into little things. It's okay to be like, Mom and Dad, we're going to have Christmas on our own this year. Catch you next year. Yep. You know?
And, or, there are other days of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You can do the day after Christmas, the day before Christmas, or, things like that. It doesn't have to be on the day all the time.
Right.
That's just me personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say 4 out of 5. Because you're messing with families and other people's lively beings.
I'm wondering if something happened between him and Jake.
Yeah, when you mentioned that wine.
No, seriously. We played dominoes together.
We played Twister, but the spots are on our bodies. Alright, for this next one. This was by Fun Caterpillar 6986. Am I the a-hole for excluding my gay son from my will? I, 53 female, have 3 children, 2 sons, Michael, 23 male, and Caden, 17, and a daughter, Cecilia, 26 female. For privacy's sake, I've changed everybody's names. 6 years ago, Michael came out as gay. My husband and I and most of the family were supportive. My aunt, however, is kind of a, I don't know, side. She accepts people from LGBTQ plus community, but she has told me her favorite niece, one of my cousins, her favorite nephew, my mom, her favorite sibling, and a few others that she dislikes how some LGBTQ plus people make being part of the community their entire personality. This comes up later in the story. Initially, our relationship with Michael remained the same. However, anything against Michael soon became because he was gay, according to him. Get into an argument with him and he'll accuse you of being homophobic. Caden once ate some snacks in a cupboard that he didn't know Michael wanted. They got into a fight, and even with Caden telling Michael he didn't know they were his, Michael kept saying Caden wanted to make his life horrible, etc. And that Caden had it easy being the golden brother who's not gay and all that. I had to step in after that and broke it up. At first, I thought this was just teens being teens, since back then they were 17 and 12. However, it quickly became Michael's most used technique in getting away, or getting his way, and getting others to shut up. I can't help but feel the similarity between this and whoever comments first is gay. But here it's,
like
don't agree with me and you're homophobic. My husband and I tried to talk to Michael about this several times before he left for college, but it didn't go, or there was no avail. He, again, pulled the "you're homophobic" card. This Christmas, I've had enough. Michael came back from uni, and Caden at his last year of high school and is an A+ student. Cecilia has a stable job and is nearly earning 6 figures. Michael is also an above average student. Michael once again pulled this card of his, this time against my SIL, sister-in-law, his aunt. He said it so harshly that you could see the tears in her eyes. My sister-in-law is the sweetest person you'll ever meet, and I think she's the best girl ever for my brother. I love her as I love my own siblings, and seeing her cry broke my heart. She has been the most supportive of Michael, being the stereotypical best aunt ever. I lost it. I stood up and yelled at him. Yeah, it is about you being gay. It wasn't, but it is now. From this moment, you're out of my will.
Wait, hold on. What's the relationship?
Mother and son.
Okay. I thought they were brothers.
No. I got up and dragged my husband out of the relative's house the party was at. By this time, everyone gone silent. And my sister-in-law was in the mixture of apologizing for causing this and crying while Michael sat there fuming. Michael started sending me angry texts once I got into the car, calling me an a-hole. Once I got back home, I rang up my lawyer, changed the will, excluding Michael from any of my assets the next day. Most of my family supports that I told Michael off, but Cecilia and some of the family think I'm being too harsh.
So why did the mom... Oh, she... Hold on. I'm a little lost. Why did the mom say this? Why did the mom blow up? Because the person was what? Accusing everyone else of being homophobic?
So Michael...
Right.
Her gay son.
Yes.
Since he was 17, he is now 23. So for 6 years, he kept pulling the "you're homophobic" over and over the smallest things that had nothing to do with his sexuality.
That's complicated.
So once Michael pulled this card out against somebody and made them cry, one of the sweetest persons that the OP knows made them cry, she had it. Then she blew up.
I think, listen, and I understand. There are people like that. There's people that do that with everything. Like, make one thing about, like, their whole personality, or pull, like, the card, like, I don't know. I don't want to...
We're trying not to get canceled.
It's cancel culture. We get canceled before we even start.
Yes.
Get canceled. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, if you do that unwarranted so many times, over and over again, like, come on, bro. It's not about you being gay.
I understand when it pertains to the situation, but once again, the example she gave, overeating snacks.
Right. From
Snacks.
OP's perspective, the way that they're saying, like, painting the situation, I think that OP's son is being the a-hole.
Yeah, it's like if you were to go to a store and the automatic door didn't open, but it would open for somebody else, he'd probably be like, oh, it's because I'm gay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or just something silly like that. Or like a leaf falls on him. Oh, it's because I'm gay, isn't it? And so that's how OP is writing this picture.
Right.
Like, that's how OP's writing
and
Michael
there are people out there, we're not saying that every, like, gay or every gay person does that, but we're saying that there's people like that, like, in all groups, like, in minorities, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just because you're gay, you can still be a bad person, like, you're kind of a shitty person.
To correct you, not just minorities, but every group.
Yes.
Every person. If you can divide them into a group, there's somebody in there that'll use being in that group as a tool to get what they want.
Yeah, meaning that, like, there can be a shitty person at core, but being gay, that doesn't make them any less shitty.
Yes. It's like when one person ruins it for the rest of you. Like, for example, we'll do a throwback to my childhood. In 8th grade, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, normally 8th graders get a field trip.
Right.
We did not get a field trip because 2 guys were smoking weed in our bathroom and decided to use toilet paper to put it out instead of, I don't know, a toilet or the sink. And so our bathroom caught on fire and our 8th grade trip was taken. So those 2 people made the whole 8th grade group lose the trip.
So that's like...
So Michael is one of those
The will is
people.
like his trip.
Yes. Yes. The will is his trip.
Yes.
And he is smoking weed in the bathroom and setting it on fire
No
with toilet
trip
paper.
for you.
Yeah. Anyhow, glad we could get that out of the way.
So, did you relieve some trauma? It sounds like
Yeah, dude, I'm so pissed.
That kind of sucks.
We were supposed to go to Washington, D.C., but...
Why did they take it from the whole... Yo, they probably didn't have the funds. They were like, yo, this is the...
No. It's not even that they didn't have the funds. We paid money to go.
What? Did you get your money back?
No. Because it happened so early in the year
Oh my god, that sucks. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't you just suspend the 2 kids who were smoking weed? What does that have to do with anyone else?
Hey, if one kid can't have it, all kids
The
can't
school's
have
the a-hole.
it. Yeah. Anyhow, on to the next. Next story.
But real quick, I do want to add a side note to that. I think that, I don't know, I think it should have been like discussed a little bit more.
I feel like
the will's like a big thing. Like that's
threaten to be taken out of the will instead of just taking
and then
it.
have a conversation and then really assess if like you really don't want this person to be in your will. That's one thing, but don't make like a rash decision. That's a big thing. It's not.
And then if it happens again, then you can take them out.
Yeah.
Just one more time.
Am I the a-hole for not including my trans friend in my bridal party after she just came out as trans? I, 28 female, am getting married in a few months, and I've already chosen my bridal shower, which consists of my cousins and my sisters, people I've been close with my whole life. My best friend Sarah, 29 female, and I have been inseparable since childhood. And when I got engaged, I was not considering Sarah to be in my bridal party because she was just not yet living as a woman. So this is a trans woman, meaning
male to female.
Yes, I think, right? Is that what it sounds like? Because I was a little confused about that.
Let's look it up together, guys.
Well, how are you going to look it up?
A transgender woman lives as a woman today, but was thought to be a male when she was born.
Yeah. My best friend, okay, we'll start with it. My best friend Sarah, 29 female, and I have been inseparable since childhood. And when I got engaged, I was not considering Sarah to be in my bridal party because she was not yet living as a woman. Yeah, so this was male signed at birth, trans female. Yeah, okay. However, things changed recently. Sarah just came out as a trans woman and has started transitioning, which is something that she's been grappling with. While I've been supportive of her through this, my bridal party was already set before she started transitioning. The problem is that Sarah assumed she would be a bridesmaid, and when I told her I couldn't change the bridal party at this point, she was really hurt. She's upset that I'm rejecting the new version of her by not including her. I completely understand that this is a big moment in her life, and I want her to feel loved and supported, but I'm also faced with a lot of pressure with the wedding planning and the bridal party. The bridal party has already been decided. Sarah's been lashing out, telling me things like, "You're not really my friend anymore," and that I don't care about her as much as I say I do. She says I'm excluding her from my life. It feels like I'm being attacked. I've tried to explain that it's not about her being trans. It's just that I made commitments to my family and the timeline is tight with everything I've already planned. But she's really upset, and now things feel tense between us. I love Sarah, but I'm also overwhelmed by my wedding planning, and I don't know how to fix this. Am I the a-hole for sticking with my decision about the bridal party, or should I have made room for her?
Sarah's the a-hole. As someone who just was involved with the behind the scenes of wedding planning, you can't change stuff like that.
No, that's big things to change.
And especially so quick. Like, yes, it may seem insensitive, but at the same time,
yeah,
it's not your fault.
Yeah. And like I said, like you said, Sarah was dealing with a lot at that point. Like, this was a transitioning point in her life. A lot was going on. So no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, and like I said, she should understand that you can't change those plans. Like, those are like set in stone.
Yes.
And a lot of money set in stone.
If you guys were as attached as you say you were,
she would understand. At first, I thought this was talking about like a bachelorette party, and that's what I was gonna say.
Bachelorette party, yeah, just send them an invite, like that's fine. But
I thought they were saying like it was before Sarah transitioned, technically, so they were still male. Like then I thought it was gonna be a problem, like other people feeling uncomfortable. Yeah. And that would have been a different story. But no, yeah, I mean it's just kind of like a crappy situation.
Yeah. OP, you're fine. Sarah.
Yeah. It's not like you're like not inviting her to the wedding.
That would be different.
Yes.
That would be different. The fact that you can't do it because of logistics is a completely separate conversation.
Right.
On to the final story of the night.
Oh shoot. Oh my god.
This is the story that Jules has been most excited to. She wanted to read this one, but accidentally
because he's like, you want evens or odds, and I just...
Yeah, we alternate. Boo-hoo. Anywho, am I the a-hole for accidentally punching a random woman's child for sexually assaulting me and other guests, including bride, at a wedding?
Wah.
Excuse me. I, 17 female, recently attended a family member's wedding, and here's where it went wrong. Parentheses. There was a woman with a child that kept screaming at guests because they didn't allow him to touch them on their private places. End parentheses. We were sitting down listening to the important guests and their family members give their speeches when a 5 to 6 year old little boy who kept trying to touch everyone's private places squeezed my breast out of nowhere rather harshly when I wasn't looking, and obviously my reflex would be to punch whoever it was that was sexually assaulting me. But when I realized I punched this little kid, he started screaming, and his mother came over screaming at me and tried to attack me. She called the police and kept screaming at them to hurry up and hung up on them. When the police arrived and viewed the footage that the staff member showed them, the bride and groom informed the police.
It's actually, it's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine a little kid just like...
Oh my gosh.
Put a clip of that in.
No. The police arrived and viewed the footage that the staff member showed them, and the bride and groom informed the police that they didn't want the child or the mother anywhere near them or the wedding venue ever again, because the child kept constantly harassing everyone and making everyone uncomfortable. While the mother ignored everyone's complaints and sat there feeling entitled, the police then escorted out the screaming woman and her creepy screaming son and told the bride and groom that if they would like to press charges for emotional distress, that she had to contact her attorney and go from there. From then on, the wedding was amazing, and the bride and groom had an amazing time playing games and drinking a lot. So, am I the a-hole for punching the little kid in the face? Frenzy. The little kid bled from his nose a fair amount, but it stopped bleeding after 2 to 3 minutes. I do not believe I am in the wrong, but I would like the other people's opinions on whether or not I'm the a-hole. For those of you who think I am the a-hole, you need to see a therapist, because that is not okay. No matter what age, you do not touch someone without permission, 6 years old or not. Not a fake post. Very real. I'm doing these instead of saying parentheses. That way I can...
Get some fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Apparently everybody thinks this is fake.
It might be.
So for the top comment, so let's count the ways that this is fake. Emotional distress is a civil issue, not criminal, even though OP has claimed numerous times that the police asked both her and the wedding couple if they wanted to press charges for emotional distress. 2, OP has claimed that the kid was removed from the mother's custody by CPS and given to the aunt. And OP claimed that the police told her that CPS got involved. Police would never just disclose information like that. CPS files are very much privileged information. 3, the incident would not be significant enough to warrant CPS involvement. A 5-year-old grabbing someone's boob does not equate to CPS involvement. This incident supposedly happened 3 weeks ago. There's no way that CPS would begin proceeding, investigating the issue, reaching the final conclusion, removing the kid from the mother's custody, and place that kid in the family member custody all in 3 weeks. These things take time, and we need official hearing before the kid can be removed from the mother's custody. 5, OP claimed that they didn't realize it was a child grabbing them, and they just punched a kid without looking. Even if your eyes are closed, a person knows the difference between a 5-year-old grabbing them and an adult grabbing them. 6, OP claimed that the police called her late to update her on what happening with the kid. Why the police are calling someone to update them after they said they didn't want to press charges. There's probably other things too that show this is fake, but these are things that jumped out to me most. 7, they claimed that this is not fake, very real, very stable.
I just thought this was a little funny.
No, this was hilarious. Fake or not, that's a very funny story.
Well, if it's real, listen, it was a reflex. I think, honestly, the kid needed a little punch in the face.
Yeah.
He won't be touching nobody's boobies anymore.
Everybody has different reflexes. So, for example, when I make Jules laugh, she hits me.
Yeah, it's just reflex.
Yeah, just reflex. Fake.
I said late.
Not a fake reaction. Very real.
Yeah, literally. But like I said, if this is real, I don't think you're the a-hole.
OP, you're fine.
Yeah, like I said, I think the kid needed to be punched in the face. I'm sorry. Can't be just touching other people's private parts. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. You could be arrested for that.
I think he learned, right? But if it is fake, honestly, kind of props for the plot.
Yeah. Very engaging, very realism.
Very funny.
Very funny. But, sorry guys. That's it. That's all we got.
Womp womp.
Oh, this is episode 19, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey! Next episode's gonna be
Should we reveal it?
Nope.
Why?
Nope.
Why?
Because we'll reveal it at the beginning of episode 20. Next episode is going to be the season 1 finale. So make sure you don't miss it.
You need to tune into this one. I'm really excited.
Jules has been talking about this for months.
Yeah.
She actually thought that we would be recording it today.
Or like somewhere around here. I thought we were going to record it Saturday.
Yes, she thought that we already had these episodes recorded.
I mean, technically we could film it Saturday. Because we'll just release it on the 25th. Like 20th.
Technically, we couldn't.
Well,
on
technically
Saturday, because I'm going to be gone, guys. I'm fleeing the country.
Yeah. No more Jordan.
By going to the state of Pennsylvania.
What are you going there for again?
Undisclosed information.
Oh my
Can't share that with y'all. I don't need you guys showing up. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. Please comment your favorite story that we read. And comment if you would punch that 5-year-old out of reflex.
I would.
Out of reflex. Anywho, I've been Jordan.
I've been Jules.
And this has been Just Reddit.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.